Well, good morning to you again, my brothers and sisters in Christ. As we have survived another week, I'm thankful to hear from many of you. What an encouragement this church has been to you during these unprecedented times with the coronavirus pandemic that we are still walking through. Want to open with an encouraging Bible verse this week. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Folks, I want to continue to encourage you, to let you know that the pastors here at Grace Harvest have been praying for you all and the elders as well. We're trying to stay connected with you as much as possible. Remember that you can get a hold of any of the pastors or elders for any needs that you might have. So please make sure that you contact us if you need anything. I want to give you an update on what's going on here at the church. We've gone through that first week, as I said just a moment ago. For this coming Sunday and for this coming week, all events at the church will continue to be canceled, but we will be live streaming on Sunday. I would encourage you as a family, you as individuals, to join the elders in prayer at 8 in the morning. You can do that in the privacy of your own home. Obviously, the elders will be gathering in my office and praying for the service. At 9 o'clock, I'm excited to share with you that beginning this Sunday and for the next 10 weeks, we will be doing a Bible study on the basics of Christian belief and practices. It's going to be video driven, and Brian Patrick will be facilitating that. So please join us with your whole family, starting at 9 o'clock. It'll be live streamed from 9 to 10, approximately 10, no later than 10:10. That's going to be our drop dead time. And just a note that for those who are watching that live, when that feed is over, there'll be a new feed that will start at 10:30. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. And at 10:30, our worship service will begin. We will have, just like we did last week, we will go through a worship service, just like if you were here this Sunday. Please gather your family together and prepare for the service as you would if you were coming. We were so excited as pastors to see the pictures that you sent to us. It brought a smile to my face to see families worshiping together. Please continue to do that for us. If nothing else, it's an encouragement to your pastors and your elders. And then at the end of that service, at the 10:30 service, we will be doing Lord's Supper this week. Please have bread and juice available for you and your family. And as I pray with you and as we walk through the Lord's Supper, you can administer those elements to your families as we go through that together as a church family. And then on Monday, we will continue with our Zoom at 7 for the men. And on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the women, the Zoom. The men, we had 20, women had 27 last week. So not that I'm a very competitive person, but come on, men, let's see what we can do next week to beat that number. On Wednesday, 1 p.m., how exciting it was for me as your shepherd to see Pastor Jamie and Caleb Capps for the coffee and soda theology discussion. If you don't know what acidity is, I would encourage you to watch the video feed on YouTube of that discussion last week and join Pastor Jamie and Caleb for, I know it's for the youth, but you parents, you can watch as well later on. And on Wednesdays at 7 p.m., we continue our study in Job, and Brian Patrick will be leading and teaching us, and that will be a live feed from the church at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. And then Pastor Jamie's children's devotions. If you didn't get a chance to look at those, I would encourage you to do so. Well, what an encouragement it was to many of you, and the pictures that we saw of the children enjoying Pastor Jamie. I did share with him, I did not know he was a ventriloquist, and I was excited to see that him perform that talent that he has, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens in the future with that. I want to share something with you this morning from Chalice Ministries. And briefly, what he was talking about was, he said, during this pandemic, our church is afraid that people won't come back to church. And let me read to you what he had to say about that. He was discussing the church membership. And he said, we're in a strange period right now when, for a matter of weeks or perhaps even months, many of us are not able to meet as a local church. Due to the prevalence of risk and deadly disease, and due to our desire to submit to the directions of our governments, we cannot gather together in the same space. Many churches have taken to broadcasting services through the internet. There are some Christians who are concerned that this sudden swell in online service will cause a decline in actual church attendance. There are some who are concerned that when our churches once again open their doors, many people will be content to remain at home, having now experienced a virtual equivalent of being in church. He writes, I am not concerned that committed Christians will reject actual church for cyber church any more than I'm concerned that committed spouses will reject face-to-face time in favor of FaceTime. Just as healthy marriages calls for physical proximity, so does healthy church membership. Just as husbands and wives need to be together to carry out the purpose and meaning of marriage, Christians need to be together to carry out the purpose and meaning of church membership. Just as a husband and wife long to share space, church members long to share space. A camera and screen will do when necessary, but they are at best a shadow of the real thing. They may provoke gratitude in those times they are the only option, but they will also provoke longing. I am convinced there is a case to be made that in this unique circumstance, it is acceptable and perhaps even prudent for churches to broadcast a kind of worship service to their members. Just because something is irregular does not make it wrong. But at the same time, I'm sure we will see that online churches can't and won't satisfy the true Christian's desire for true worship and true fellowship. It can't and won't testify of our deep longing to be together as a congregation. And more than a video chat will satisfy a husband and wife's, any more than a video chat will satisfy a husband and wife's deep longing for presence, for proximity, for touch. To the contrary, to use these tools is to be forced to see their most glaring inadequacies. To use them is to experience how insufficient they are. They may be good, but they can't and won't be good enough. And folks, I want to echo that. And as I close today, I want to encourage you during these trying times to stay connected with us through the video streaming, through the YouTube videos that we have online. And never forget, we are available, as I said before. You can call us, you can text us, you can email us. And if you need us, we will be there for you. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend.